So again, like for VDS net module, what we are going to do again. So create a VDS with 2 DB uplink, attach all the ESXi host to VDS, then create VM port group and migrate the VMs networking from standard virtual switch to distributed switch. So in this case, we will refer there as 2 port group. We are referring to standard virtual switch. They will be migrated, and the VMs which will be connected will be migrated to VDS. Create port group for VM kernel port and migrate vMotion VM kernel port from standard virtual switch to distributed virtual switch. Then create new VM port group, assign VMNICs whenever we are going to create new VM. Create a new VM kernel port group. We will today we'll see for vSAN. So vSAN port group, create new VM kernel port on each host and assign to this, right? And edit and modify the port group level policies. All right. So to whom I should give control so that you can do it immediately.
Yes.
Parveen, you ready?
Yes.
Be a bit loud, yaar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ready.
You are.
Sir,
Okay. All right. So yesterday you did this networking, this all. Let Shiva do his initial part, then I'll hand over.
okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Shiva, control is with you. And yeah, please start. So we are already in networking tab. Go to vSphere Lab DC. Yeah, right click. Yeah, new distributed switch. Yeah, just type vSphere Lab, keep it as is. vSphere. No, in starting, just type vSphere Lab
The
hyphen.
recording is not on.
No, today it's on, yeah.
On, but why it is not showing?
No, it's already in recording. Don't worry. Hyphen.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Next. It's the version. Yes. Next. Select the number of uplinks to network IO control, enable it for now. And yeah, if you want to create default port group, yeah, that's fine. Don't worry, even we can rename it if we want, but yeah, that is okay. Finish. Okay, some tasks are already in progress. So vSphere D switch is already created. Now we are going to create the port groups. Right click on D switch, distributed port group, new. Yeah, no, same thing you have to follow. DB-PG, what we showcased yesterday. DB-PG. So yeah, next. Yeah, I will keep in static binding. Port allocation is static. Number of port 32. Number of ports, third option. So we are assuming 32 VMs will come in this port group. 32 you can make. Yeah. So network resource pool, keep it default for now. And VLAN ID, give it 101. Okay. All is fine. Click next. Finish. Hey, wait. First of all, we have to add the host, right? We didn't add the host so far, correct? Yeah, that's fine. It's still fine. It is still fine. You just right click on D switch, add and manage hosts. Yeah, add host. Select all 4 hosts. Okay, we are having 4 hosts for now. Yeah, next. So uplink, so we are using two uplink, two VMNIC 0, VMNIC 1 is already engaged with vSwitch 0 and vSwitch 1. So we are going to give this VMNIC 2 uplink 1 and VMNIC 3 for uplink 2. Next, uh, do we want to migrate any of the VM kernel? So far, no. Migrate virtual machine networking, no. Click next. Finish. Yeah, that's fine. So now we can go to hosts, right in middle pane, right pane. Uh, yes, host. So you could see it should show me all the hosts which we have connected. All right, hosts are connected now. So I just give me control for a moment. Yeah, Shiva. Now you can go ahead. Again, right click on the switch. Yeah, create new distributed virtual switch app1-pg. app1-pg. And that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Next, static binding elastic. That's fine. Number of port 32. VLAN ID we are considering here 102. Yeah. So for now we have created two virtual machine port group. One is DBPG, one is app1PG, and one more port group we are going to create. That's we are considering that uh, we will migrate the vMotion VM kernel ports from standard virtual switch to distributed virtual switch. Right. So right click on DB switch. Yeah. New port group. Yeah. Give it vMotion VM kernel or vMotion PG. That is also fine. It's not a problem at all. Next. Yeah, wanna give some VLAN, but ideally we didn't use earlier, but that's fine. We can assume that vMotion will go 103. Yeah, but yeah, we have to keep the same VLAN, but earlier we didn't give any. And for vMotion, but ideally there should be some VLAN. We are assuming now 103 for vMotion. All right, finish it. So our next task is to migrate the virtual machine networking from standard virtual switch to distributed. So how we can check it? Go to DBPG, check if there is some VMs. Yeah, some VMs are already there. Same way F1PG, some VMs are already there. These port groups are available in my standard virtual switch. All right. So now we have to migrate the networking. When I say networking, the VNIC connectivity from F1PG to this F1PG, this DBPG to this DBPG. All right. So go ahead, right click. Right click. Yeah. Add and manage host again. Manage host networking. Next. Select all host. We are assuming number of VMs are available on these all hosts, and we are trying to migrate the networking from the VMs which are connected. Yeah, keep it as uplink as it is. VM kernel we are not touching for now. Next. Yeah, migrate virtual machine networking. Select it. Yes. So here you could see two virtual machine network adapters are available overall, and assign port group. So it will assign to dedicated, but uh, if we have the same family of VMs, same port group, then we can use this option. But we have the source machine available on different port groups, so we will do it configure per virtual machine. So under configure per virtual machine, select the app one, and yeah, assign port group. So there you will see the difference DB switch and all. So we will select this and assign. Yeah, close. Yeah, second VM DB. We are assuming we will migrate from DBPG from standard virtual switch to distributed virtual switch. Assign port group. 1 second. Yes, yes, it's fine. I was just cross checking. Yesterday we missed that. All right, next. Click next. Yeah, it's already assigned now. Next. You could see here the D switch, right? Finish. Finish it. All right. So now how you can cross check? Go to app1pg and check there should be some VMs available. The VM network is connected to app1pg. VMs. Even you can see here port ID is there and also VM. Same way for DBPG. Uh, no VMs. Why? Some mistakes there, right? No problem. Do it again. I think assignation is not properly happened in that case. Okay. Next. DB. Assign. Yes, yes. Correct. Close it. Yeah. Finish. Okay. So even in ports, if you'll click on ports option, you will find one virtual port will consume. All right. So same way, number of VMs are available. We want to migrate, we can select. And what is the second way I told you yesterday? From where we can make this change if we want to make it individual VM level. So for that, go here, select your VM. All right. Then edit setting, go to network and browse the target port group. All right. So if it is for very less number of VMs, you can do from here for one or two. But if it is for bulk number of VMs, so you should perform the migration from there. Clear? Are we good so far? So now what we are going to do is we are trying to migrate the available vMotion VM kernel ports that is uh, that is available so far in my standard virtual switch. You could see vSwitch 1. Same way for rest of the host, it is on vSwitch 1, but we are going to migrate these to DB switch. So select it. Yeah, right click, just right click. Same way, add and manage hosts. Yes. Next, select all host. So near in future, if you want to do some uplink change and all, you can do from this window. All right. But for now, we are not doing any change here. Next. Yeah. So now we want to try to migrate the VMK1 for all the host. VMK1 we are using for vMotion here to the new port group. So assign port group, and my target port group would be my vMotion PG that is available in DV switch. All right. Yeah, vMotion PG, assign it. All right. So now we could see my all VM kernel ports, which were individually resides in primarily for vSwitch 1, but now they are moving to dvSwitch inside the vMotion port group. Click next, finish. All right, so we are not doing anything with VMs for now. Next. And finish. All right, so now what happens here is if you will go to vMotion PG and check that some of the VM kernels being migrated. So here you could see here the 4 VMK ports being now here. Those are no more associated with the standard virtual switch. All right. So how we'll check it? If we'll go to cluster, one moment. If I will go to cluster individual host, go to virtual switches. So far, my vMotion was available here, but that is not available now. All my vMotion are migrated to the distributed switch. All right, this is the distributed switch configuration you could see here. All right, guys, so now we will try to create some more port, virtual machine port and VMK port. First we'll take one example for virtual machine port. So who is next? Pramod, can you perform? Pramod, you there?
Yes,
Uh,
he is here.
Sir, I'm on phone.
Okay,
Unfortunately.
no problem. Then I should give to control Praveen. Praveen, you are in control. So let me tell you first what we are going to do. We are going to create a new one second, yeah, 1 second. Bye. We are going to create a new VM port group. All right. Try to create a new VM and assign with this port group. We will create a new port group for VM kernel and we'll try to create new VM kernel port and assign that. All right. Clear? Okay. So right click on DV switch. ये तेरा माउस कहाँ चल रहा है भाई? Parveen, what you want to do, yaar?
Yes, sir.
You are on phone or
Uh,
laptop?
no, on laptop,
Ah, so right
Phone,
click on D
phone.
switch.
Give me 1 minute. I think my
Click outside and again you click on the
it's not
Ah,
working.
okay. New port group. Yeah, give the name web-pg. Yeah, next. 32. VLAN ID we are referring here 105.
32, 32 Praveen. Number of ports 32.
Are you okay, Parveen? Are you hearing us?
Yes. Hello?
I told you number of ports 32. Your mouse is not behaving rightly. 32. Next. Finish. So what we did now, we have just created one more port group, WebPG, and once we're going to create the new VM, we will assign with WebPG, right? Web port group. But I mean, we don't know how your mouse is dragging here and there.
Okay.
Yeah, go to first tab, host and clusters, left corner. Yeah, Right click on cluster, create a new VM. Yeah, next. And give the name one, vweb-vm1. Yeah, right selection, correct. Yeah, that's fine. Click next. Yeah, so FTT0 read 1, select the data store. Next.
Sir, what is this FTT01?
Yeah, this will talk in the storage section, don't worry.
Okay, sir.
So here just an high level, it is just we are not making any redundant component for storage. All right. थोड़ा कम ले लो यार. Wait.
7.0 and later.
हाँ.
Back. 7.0 and later.
Yeah.
7.
Yes. So from here you can take any smaller
Then
piece because it is just for testing purpose. All right. So we don't need too much of storage here. Even 5 GB is enough. The main point here is what we want to showcase you. That's the one. PG. All right. So we'll go to browse. And from here, you will select the right port group for the VM. So for now, we are using the web port group. All right. So that's the main purpose of this. If we are going to create the new VM, also we have the choice of like selection of multiple port groups are available. And even near in future, if you want to change by mistake, we did right click, edit setting VM, right click, then edit setting, and then from there also you can change it. Okay, so we should also cross verify if my VMs are connected with the right port group. All right,
Like applicable, like only like some servers, like 1 or 2, 3 VMs, we can do this one. So if it is like bulk, we have to do in the
absolutely from the migration.
okay.
Yeah. So now we are going to create one more port group, that is we are going to use for again for a different type of VM kernel traffic, and we will try to create the VM kernel ports on host, and we will associate with that particular VM kernel port group. Yeah, Parveen, you can continue now. Yeah, just give vsan-pg. Yeah, you can continue the VLAN ID 106. Yes, finish it. So now we have to create the VM kernel port individually on the host, and we will associate with the vsan-pg. All right. So for that, go to first host and clusters tab. Right click on individual host. Yeah. Configure VM kernel adapters is there. So now you have to create the new VM kernel port. So go and right corner, add networking. Yeah, VM kernel adapter. Select existing network instead of virtual switch. And give the port group name vsan-pg. Alright, so automatically now this VM kernel will resides inside this port group that is available in distributed switch. Correct? Next. Yeah, select the type. The one what we were telling, right? Shiva. These are the different families of VM kernel traffic, and it's all depend what all we needed into the environment, into the real environment. Correct? So we will create
Sir, now one doubt is that now we created one port port group, and we are like assigning to the VM kernel. That one we are doing now. So this one.
Absolutely right. The
Okay.
VM kernel will reside inside that port group.
Okay, sir. But we creating first. Before we used to create VM kernel directly. Now we are creating the port and we are assigning to the.
Absolutely. In standard virtual switch, we can create directly VM kernel within standard virtual switch. But here, to reside the VM kernel in case of DV switch, first of all, we need a port group.
Okay.
Yeah, next. Static IP. So you can start from, we have given till 48, you can start from 49. All right. But again, I will repeat my words. There could be different VLANs for each kind of traffic and different gateway. So whatever information is available in planning and design session, we have to give the same IP here, right? So yeah, put it. Subnet mask डालो भाई. Okay, so if in case that's a new VLAN, that's we are using just a series of IPs for now. It could be a new VLAN, it could be different subnet mask, it could be different gateway. All right, that would all be provided by your designing team. So these things you have to use it. Correct? Yeah, next. Go back, go back. One more. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Next. I was a bit confused with VLAN ID, but VLAN ID in this case we have already given to port code. Next. Yeah, finish. Yeah, good going. So same way we have to create the VM kernel port for each and every host. Click it. Five zero. For 49 we have already given. Na? So we will continue from 50. Yeah. Yeah, yes. Quite good. Do it for rest of the hosts as well. I'm not seeing Suresh today. Eh? Suresh is there. Yeah, all right. So we are good now. So we have clear understanding, creating port groups, virtual machine port group, VM kernel ports, migrating, networking, and all right. So now, as a next phase, let us edit and modify the port group level policies. However, we did that in standard virtual switch also. Now we are going to do in DB. I'm stopping control Praveen for now. So if we'll go to port group, distributed switch, for each and every port, we can make different set of policies. If we'll do edit setting, then if you want to modify anything, you can do. Under advanced section, it is showing me the, if we wants to uh, change any of the policies on port level, individual port level also. So if from the port group, we will apply it allowed, it means that all these policies, set of policies are available here. All these policies can change for individual port also. All right. But normally people don't do too much this. VLAN ID, we can change if it is required. These are the security policies for port group level. If we want to make for individual port accept or reject, we can make it. Then traffic shaping. Normally people keep it disabled, ingress for incoming traffic and egress for the outgoing traffic. Then teaming and failover, like for example, for now, for all the port groups, we are using both the uplinks are active, right? But it's all, again, as I said, it's all depend upon the policies and requirement being designed. So for now, what we are using is, as per this lab, so like for example, this is my distributed switch and these are my SXI host. So we are using two uplinks, two DV uplink that is going through here. That connectivity is like this. All right. So VMNIC 2 and VMNIC 3. For this is DV uplink 1. This is a DV uplink 2. So whatever traffic is being created so far in VDS, like DB port group, app port group, web port group, vMotion port group, vSAN port group, for all these traffic, both the uplinks are active. It means that from here to here, even from to here to here, from here to here. So both the uplinks are working as an active. My load is balanced for both the uplinks, right? But like as per customer requirement and scenario, so if my all traffic is managing by VDS, so including management and all, so we always prefer to make a path kind of this, like here, like this is for my management, this is for my vMotion, this is for the VM networks. These are number of VM networks are available, and this is for vSAN, because in case of virtual SAN, it generates a lot of traffic normally. So what we keep normally, 1 and 2 will keep active, and standby. When I say standby, a secondary node will be redundant, but it is not actually load balance. Only one time, one NIC will work. And for vSAN specifically, because vSAN generate lot of storage traffic, we'll keep this active and we'll keep NIC 1 is standby. All right. So in that way, we have to go the individual port group and we have to change the NIC teaming policies from there. Okay. Like in this example, what we are going to do here, I am following the same thing here. Like for rest of the traffic, for rest of the kind of traffic, I am making uplink 1 as an active and uplink 2 as an standby. And for the specific to vSAN, uplink 2 as an active and uplink 1 as an standby. All right. So how will do that? Edit setting, teaming and failover, uplink 2, I will put it move down. It is in standby mode only. So what it means is all my app, the VMs which are connected to app1 PG, all traffic will be taken care primarily with uplink 1. If uplink 1 will get failure, it will go via uplink 2. Okay. And the load balance teaming, see, this is important thing to understand here. If we are using any kind of load balancing policy, it is only works in this case we have 2 or more active uplink. But if it is an active, and another uplink is standby, then there is no meaning of this policy, because we call as load balancing. Load balancing means is if two or more physical links are active at one time, then only load balancing policy will work. Network failure detection, it will fail any of the link failure. In case of link state, beacon probing, I told you, for that again it requires 3 active uplinks. All right. Notify switch. Notify switch means if any failure is occur, then failback. Failback is another work. If two links are active, one is got failure for a time, then uplink 2 will work the timing, but uplink 1 come back, then the load will, whatever will taken care by uplink 1, it will be. But it's again, for this we require 2 active uplinks. So monitoring net flow. For net flow, if I will enable the net flow, then net flow is a kind of software services that should be available somewhere in outside network that will help us to monitor the traffic is coming. Port block all. If you will do it yes, then no port will work. So normally we'll keep this option as no. All right. So same way for DBPG, what I've setting, I told you, teaming and failover, uplink 2 would be my standby. And for vMotion also, what how I am splitting the traffic, I am saying vSAN required a dedicated uplink. In of the environment, you will see where vSAN is enabled. Then for rest of the traffic, one uplink would be active and another uplink would be standby. And especially for vSAN, the second uplink would be active and the another uplink would be standby. All right. So now I'll go teaming failover. In this case, I will do uplink 1 as an standby. All right. So that's how load get distributed or splitted among the among your physical ports. So the teaming policy here in distributed port group, we can apply on port group level also. All right. Okay. So again, I would say most of the time there is no more things being changed here like port group level. If I would say what it means actually. So let me tell you one thing. If I will go to DBPG, right click edit setting, and I would say I want to allow. It means that is if I will allow all these options, it means that is now whatever policy I'm applying, this policy is applying on entire port group, DBPG. All right. But you say, sir, for a particular interface, there is some exception. I want some policy edit. If you want some policy edit for that particular port, but before that, you have to allow from port group level. That port level, you can make change on these set of policies. If I will do it, okay. So it means that now you allowed to change the policies on port level. All right. So if you will come here, you would see these are the options available. These are the options available. These are the options available. So you can override the policy, whatever I'm getting from particular port group, because I have allowed it. This is because of that. But if again, I will go to here, and if I would say, no, I am not allowing to change any policy for individual port. All right. Okay. So now can you see this option on port level? Let us go back and check it. I am here and on individual port, I am trying to edit. So can I do any override here? No. Can I do any change here? No. Can I do any change here? No. Because from the port group level, I have not allowed to do this on particular port. I didn't make simple thing. I did not allow any exception on particular virtual port level. All right.
Sir, in the real time, how this works, sir? We will get like service report, those things to be allowed, those things not to be allowed. We get those things, sir.
Like where you want some exception. Okay. Like for example, in this port, what setting you have done on port group level? Static binding, allocation, these are the security policy, these are the traffic shaping policy, these are the teaming and failover policy, right? But now you are saying, sir, for individual port, I won't change any of them. I won't change any of them on specific port level. So first of all, you allow, all right? Then you will go individual port and change that. Got it or not? Till now, whatever I am applying, that is apply entire port group, and the individual virtual port in that port group follow the same policy. But if you'll say, sir, for individual port, I want some exception. But to allow those exception, first of all, you have allowed from here. Then only you will go to the individual port and make any of the changes. Like if you want traffic shaping should be override, and I am enabling the traffic shaping. So especially for this virtual port, you have make some exceptions. For this, you are saying, sir, override it. I want for this as an route-based physical link. All right. So in that way, you can override the policies that is being applied on port group level for individual port. But again, normally, if you will see in a real environment and all, people don't do so much deep digging. All right. So sometime now I am on DV switch port group. DV network IO control is by default enabled. And these are the MTU. Sometime you have to change the MTU also. MTU is maximum transmission unit, the size of frame, what is being taken care. So some of the traffic sometimes need more MTU, like 9,000 or something. Okay. For that, this MTU value should be configured on physical switch level. Then you have to do same way. So discovery protocol, if in case we are using the underline switch, top of switch as Cisco, then choose CDP. So if we are using non-Cisco switches on the top of rack, we have to choose the LLDP from here. Okay, uplinks. Again, there is 2 uplink only. If we wants to, during the creation, we have created 2 uplinks. Now, if we say, sir, nahi, we have to create the 4 uplinks. So we will create 4 uplinks here. But ideally, for using these 4 uplinks, we also need physical link ports should be available to map to this one. All right. So during the creation, how many uplink we have created? 2. And we have assigned 2 to physical links from each host. But if we are saying the distributor switch will use 4 uplinks, it means that your physical host should also have the same amount of physical links. So to utilize all these uplinks port, otherwise there is no advantage of creating another uplinks. Correct? Clear? Are we clear so far? Yes, no? All right. So again, if we wants to import distributed port group, we can. Or if you want to upgrade, we can upgrade to the upper version, like the version we have selected during the creation 7.0, the upper versions are available. So this activity normally do whenever we'll do any vSphere upgrade environment, then we have to upgrade the DV switch setting also. All right. So under setting, again, it's a setting of my VDS. If you want to export, this is the backup of my VDS. If I want to export the setting, it will export all available settings. And if I will delete anything or something, I can restore it later also by using the restore configuration. Move to, it is just an directory. From here, if you want to move any other folder, we can move. Then rename it, tag, we want to give permissions, any alarm, we want to set the new alarm, we can, or disable alarm action. So if there is some alarm definitions are already available, you don't want to create any alarm further VDS, you can disable. And delete is simple delete. Delete you know very well, correct? How to delete it. All right. So if there is any alarm or any things will happen, it will show here. All these are the policies that we have just discussed during the creation, whatever is there. If you wants to make any change, edit it again and do the changes. Permissions, whatever permissions being assigned, for using this. So these are the port groups so far we have given for the different these are the number of virtual ports being created so far for different port groups. So in the entire list, the number of hosts are available here. If like for an example in future, a new host being introduced, okay, and you want to add it, so simply you will follow the same step. Right click, distributed switch, add and manage host, add host. If there is new host will be available that is not so far mapped, right click, add it, then you will follow the same steps that you were doing during the uh, during that creation. All right, so if you want to remove, select it and remove the individual host. You also have the choice of removing the particular host also. VMs, so far number of VMs are running, these are the showing. So far number of networks we have created, these are the all listed of networks. All right, so in this way we can edit or we can modify any existing configuration that is available in your vSphere distributed switch. Okay guys, so that's it from my side. If still you have any question, please feel free to ask.
Sir, how to take the backup of this
Backup
vSphere
is just
switch?
export configuration. Do you want to see it? Export configuration. Then just restore. When I'll click export configuration, all right, distributed switch and all port groups, I am doing it. But keep in mind, whenever we will restore it, it will take to this tab, all right? If later on you made some changes, those changes will not be available. So if I want to restore setting, excuse me. Okay, so how we could see it? Let's delete something, right? Let us delete something, then we will see the advantage, right? Because it is already in used. We can
Mount. We have to unmount. What? Unmount from the host. So what we can do, we can create another DV, create port group
वो पोर्ट
for
ग्रुप में
testing
नहीं आएगा,
purpose.
सिंपल थिंग है. रिस्टोर करेंगे तो ठीक है. आई वांट टू डिलीट समथिंग सो दैट आई कैन सी द सेम कॉन्फ़िगरेशन इज बैक.
Port group sir बना देंगे. We can create new port group.
हाँ हाँ परवीन, इन दिट एग्जांपल वो डिलीट रिस्टोर नहीं होगा ना. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से यू अंडरस्टैंड इट और नॉट. सो
Port
लेट्स
group
डू वन.
we need to नया बना के सर फिर डिलीट करेंगे, फिर से बैकअप लेके फिर डिलीट करेंगे सर, क्योंकि फिर ये अगर ये करेंगे यहाँ से हटाना पड़ेगा सब अभी.
हाँ हाँ तो कोई बात नहीं ना, ये वीएम को निकाल देते हैं इधर से. टाइम भी क्या करते हैं, जस्ट आई एम मैपिंग दिस वीएम टू अनदर होस्ट, another port group. I'll consider that port group is free for now. Okay. All right. So now we can delete the web PG because we don't have any VM so far. All right. So now if we'll restore the configuration, this web PGs will be back. Restore all. Select a valid distributed switch backup file. ये backup file किधर गया है, ये हमें देखना है, right?
Just downloads.
ये downloads में है. Okay. So right click, setting, restore configuration. Okay. Finish. Check the task. ये तो कुछ अलग है, leave it. But check it, web PG is available now, right? Okay. So if any configuration is missing post backup or any new is deleting, it will not accept that because it will It will take you on the same stage whenever you have configured the backup or export the configuration. Clear? Pramod, are you there?
Yes, sir. It's clear now.
Clear? Okay.
Yep.
Siva, is it clear
Yes, sir.
what we have done? All right, guys. So this is what I want to show you for today's session. Thanks for your time, and